Hey y'all, it's me, E Money, Erica, and this is my beautiful wife, Shantae, and we are the McDays. How y'all doing today? We just coming in today to keep it real because that is the topic of today. Let's keep it real. We're going to keep it real.
It's on the computer. It's Erica.
My bad. I'm so sorry. My bad. It's her fault.
It's not.
That's her fault that we had the computer screen up and we trying to figure out what we do. Anyway, we gonna start over. This is E and this is my beautiful wife, Shantae, and we are the McDays. Goodness, girl. I'm gonna need you.
How you gonna tell me it's my fault?
It was your fault.
Girl, who computer is this?
Oh Lord, here we go.
Girl, don't start. You already started.
It is. We 1 minute. Not
Girl,
even
I
a
don't care.
minute
She always
into
wanna blame me for something.
I love you.
No, girl, I'm trying to hear I love you.
Okay, you know it is my fault because we were watching the last show.
We're supporting the podcast, We the People. Make sure you check that out at 3 p.m. on Sundays.
Yes.
And so that's why the computer volume was up. But who was watching it? On whose
I
computer?
was. It was my
Oh,
fault.
okay. Well, now we're going to get it right. Hey, girl.
But the name of the show is Let's Keep It Real, and you keeping it real right
I'm
now.
just saying,
right?
we're going to keep it real around the board. You up here trying to lie.
And
You said last episode you
I don't
were
like
lying.
live. It's okay, and I didn't already started anyway. Let me take over.
Okay, girl.
Because I'm the
Hey,
host.
y'all.
I'm the host of the show, so we are going to keep it real today, you guys. First of all, I do want to do a couple of little shout outs. First of all, it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers out there, including my father and Shantae's father,
Yeah.
Mr. Ronnie and Mag McDade, and all the other fathers out there that have.
Let me tell you the quote my daddy told me this morning.
Oh Lord,
My daddy
us
said, I had a whole
laughing.
conversation with him this morning. He said, people, when all else fails, smoke dope.
If weed, in other words, I'm sorry, y'all.
He said dope. He said dope. He said dope.
He had a scratch.
He meant that.
He
Clearly.
did.
He said he was having a bad morning. He had to go in there and smoke some dope and start over.
That's what he said. When all else fails, that's what you do. So if you do want to take his advice, go ahead, but be careful. Y'all didn't get it from us.
No,
y'all
not
didn't hear
him.
it from us.
You
No.
hear that from me,
But
honey.
yeah, we do want to say Happy Father's Day to all your wonderful fathers and heroes is what I'm gonna say because my father is my hero. Mag McDade has been the best father that anyone could ever ask for. He's the reason why I hustle hard like I do today and the reason why I am today. Even though I had some years where I messed up, Daddy stayed on me. And that was something that my mom would always say. I'm going to tell your daddy. I'm going to tell your daddy. So Daddy took care of that and he really did a lot. So happy Father's Day to y'all. I also want to kick a shout out to all of the 2020 high school graduates. This has been a weird, tough year. I'm sure y'all didn't get prom. Y'all didn't get to go really
the senior life
right
the
the way they should have. Yeah, and I have a couple of graduates that come into the shop and they're such good kids and they're responsible and they did what they had to do to make it all the way to the end. We hope that all of you could just keep your head up and do what you need to do to get into college or whatever dreams that you're trying to follow.
Don't go in there partying. That's gonna be me.
It's right. Especially if you go to some of these schools, you know, they more party
You better be
schools.
turned
than
up. You better be
and
turned up. That's your freshman year. You
Right,
gotta
it
turn up.
is, but right now you can't turn up with a mask on and all your quarantine products and all
All your PPE gear.
Yeah, your PPE. You can't do too much, so just keep that in mind that when y'all do get to go to school and do your thing, just make sure that y'all
Invite your girl.
invite your girl. We coming, yeah. But and then we do also want to do one more shout out who we always kick a shout out to, and that's Coco with Caps Catering. The food was delicious last week. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
supporting
girl.
us, and we support you always. I know that you're watching. Hey Coco, how you doing? Bailey, Ashley, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We really do appreciate all that you do. You are a independently black owned business and you operate, and we really do appreciate what you do for the community. Thank you so much. We do want to kick a shout out also to KMWI Media. We appreciate you guys hosting us every Sunday. It's been a pleasure to be able to come down here and do our podcast. So thank y'all so much.
Oh, girl, you done yet?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All the shout outs I want to kick out, to,
I can
you
keep
know what I'm
going.
saying? Shout out to Night Dreams. Make sure you tune
Hey,
in
for real.
on Fridays at
Friday
10.
night.
Because let me tell you, they can keep it real and they down and dirty, and we're going to be on there this week. Okay?
Was that long?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't need your help. I had to.
Dang.
Thank
You
you.
always miss
Shout out to
your
Night
help.
Dreams. We're going to be in the building.
Yeah, we're gonna be in
the
the building. Shout out to
Africa.
No, wait.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
You got-
Kama Sutra. Cream Central. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
You gotta say Night Dream name.
Yeah.
We apologize.
This is So that's what we do. We having fun. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Night Dreams. We're gonna be in the building.
Yeah, gonna be in the building. So y'all, I don't know if I want to get that serious.
Come on,
right
let's
now.
go. We're finna go jump in and get serious real quick.
We are.
And we'll come back with our laughter.
We
But
will.
We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real.
We're gonna keep it real today. But first of all, before we keep it real on what we came to keep it real about,
Come on.
we are going to cover what happened last Friday on June 12th. Was it last Friday? Or Friday for last? Well, it was June 12th. And a brother by the name of Rashad Brooks.
We just watched the video this morning.
We did.
Actually watched the video this morning.
We did.
We saw clips and pieces of other videos, but we watched the full video this morning.
The full video. And he was fatally shot in the back by an officer after falling asleep in his car in the drive-thru at Wendy's in Atlanta. Now, I know that there are a lot of us drink and we do stuff that we're not supposed to. Clearly from the video, he did have some alcohol. He was kind of
Back and forth
with what he drank and how many he
that
drank.
margarita,
Yeah, at first it was 2.
No. He said it was 2, and then he corrected himself. He said it was 1.5.
It was 1.5.
He said he didn't finish the margarita.
Right. The sad part about this is that this man did not know he was about to lose his life or what happened.
Right.
His daughter's birthday, I don't know how old his daughter is, but his
The day
daughter's
before.
birthday was the day before, so I think they were still in celebration. I guess whoever he was with, maybe his girlfriend, sent him to go get something to eat. He was trying to figure out what she wanted to eat, and in the midst of that, he fell asleep in the car in the drive-thru. When the people at Wendy's called the police, they made him pull over to a parking spot, and the video is from this part where we saw. He was talking to
The cop. He was talking back and forth.
Right.
And then the cop kept questioning him. You know how they do? They question you. See,
But he kept repeating
change
this
your
one
story
question, right.
Or whatever. And then he was like, well, do you want to take the test, the alcohol test? And he was like, I don't know what that is.
So he explained it to him.
Right.
And then the cop went back and he asked him again, how many drinks did you have? What were you drinking? What was the name of the drink?
Drinks.
And at first he was saying it was margarita.
And
And
then
then he said he didn't know.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's telling the cop, I guess you can clearly tell that I've been drinking something.
Right.
You know that. And the cop was
and
like,
that's
yeah,
fine.
I know.
That's okay. That's fine. We all get our drink on. Shout out to the drink.
Right. But the one thing that I can say that in his calm state of mind, he was saying, look, officer, I can leave the car right here where it is, and I can walk home.
So I
His
feel
sister
like-
lived, he said his sister lived like down the street.
Right. So I feel like at that point, I feel like the officer would be like, okay, well, where's the family member? How about you not get behind this vehicle? How about let's call you an Uber? Let's call somebody to come over.
Call
here
somebody in
with
your
you
family to come
versus
get you.
it going left.
Right.
Because he could have dealt with that a little bit different than he did.
Right.
I mean, the question is fine. That's proper protocol. Question him, let him know, let him tell his story, see if his story is the same. But it did take a left.
It did. It took a left because his story did change. And so when he finally agreed to do the actual sobriety test, as soon as he got the result, he started asking him again, how much have you had to drink?
Right.
And that's when Rashad's, numbers kind of changed. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I feel like he started getting scared.
He did.
He started getting scared because in actuality he was trying to diffuse the story by saying, oh, well, this is what we did yesterday. It's my daughter's birthday and this and that or whatever.
I mean, he was. Anybody in that situation?
He
should be
was.
nervous.
I think he was nervous, but for some reason the cop decided to grab his arm after he got the result from the sobriety test,
Right.
and he started putting his hand behind his arm, behind his back, and that's when
It just took a turn.
it
for the
took
worse.
a
I think
turn for the
you
worse.
had a
It
partner
did.
too. Why your partner didn't come in? I mean, you come to
But
play
the
until
partner was
after.
the one where the video
But the
was
body
being
cam was
recorded.
being
The body
recorded.
cam was recording it. So when the cop walked off to go get the sobriety test, he was saying something to him. I don't remember what he said, but he was saying something to him. At this point, I can understand with George Floyd then lost his life, and not just George Floyd, but all the hundreds of other
We just
black
watched the whole
people that
Sandra
have
Bland
lost.
document this morning. We
Oh
still got
my
questions.
God, y'all, we can
Still
talk
got
about
questions.
that story too, because that Sandra Bland story, that is something else.
It is.
And we'll talk about that later though. We'll talk about that some other time, because they say I'm not done watching the documentary, but when I'm done watching it, we will cover that story too, because that was deep, and that girl was pro-black for real. So anyway, with the Rayshard Brooks story, I guess when they started to put his hands behind his back, at some point he took the stun gun, he took off running.
He did.
Okay, so there was a shuffle and something happened. The camera, you could no longer see anything.
Right.
Whatever the case is, a person from the drive-through recorded what happened after the shuffle between the cops.
Right.
Their phone recorded him tussling with the cop. He was swinging at him.
Right.
And at some point he took that taser and he ran. And he ran past the cars in the drive-through.
Right.
He turned around, pointed the stun gun at the cop, and they're probably about maybe 12 feet away from each other. Maybe not even that. And that's when the cop just pow, pow, pow. He shot.
So here's my thing is, I understand I'm taking off running. I understand, I gotta get you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I get that. But why'd you have to shoot him in the back? Why you couldn't aim for his leg?
Or his
Why you
foot,
had to aim for somewhere
yeah.
else? Why did you have to shoot him straight in the back though?
Right.
The shit.
They're taught to shoot censored man.
Okay, but if they're taught to shoot
But
censored
still.
mass, that's
I'm just
no. You have a good point. You really do have that's a good point. But my thing is he only pointed the stun gun at him.
Right.
He didn't. Did he fire it?
Yeah, he
did it
fired.
hit him? Did it
Yeah.
hit the cop?
Yeah, it
See,
did.
okay, well maybe that part I'm unaware of. You know what I'm saying? We're unaware of certain things that
I just
happen.
want to know
But
why
from
he didn't
the,
shoot him in the leg.
that's my
I'm
thing.
gonna tell you what real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Cops have, what is our qualified immunity, right?
Right.
Police go. So another thing is, according to the Supreme Court, cops can shoot for any reason if it's perceived or real, any threat that they perceive.
Okay, so
Okay,
it
so
was
he
a
told
he perceived that he was trying to hurt him.
And
Obviously.
under that,
Okay, that I can run with that.
Okay.
However, with with all of this going on, I don't feel like maybe he wasn't.
It shouldn't have. My thing is, I don't feel like it shouldn't even went that far.
It should.
I feel like you should have been like, hey, can you call somebody to come pick you up?
Right.
Even if you did take the test and that's fine or whatever, but
He was
it
scared.
shouldn't
I
have
feel
went-
like
and
he
I
was
get it.
nervous.
It shouldn't
I
have
feel
went-
like he was
It shouldn't have
nervous.
went that far.
Right.
Right.
And that's
And
bottom
that's a
line.
point blank period.
Flat out. But the cop Garrett, I guess Rolfe, faces 11 criminal charges, including felony murder. I don't know how to pronounce it. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, that's right.
Rolfe. Okay. All right. If he is convicted, he could face the death penalty or life in prison without parole. If that's bad. Because it's not going to go that way. Felony murder, he might not. He might walk away, just like Sister Gaga girl. She got away with murder.
She did.
10 years. She's not even going to serve that much time. But we all know that it makes us angry. We know that much. And I think as a turn in, I want to say, what's the name of the county? Whatever county they in. The second cop, Devin Brosnan, he faces 3 charges, including aggravated assault for standing on Brooks' shoulder after he was shot.
And they didn't immediately call for a paramedic.
They
like, after it
didn't.
happened.
So he
They
lacked
right there.
medical attention, even if
They
he
lacked
wasn't
it. They
dead.
was kicking him and stuff.
Yeah,
Really? With all that stuff?
because Ruff they said that he was kicking him on his shoulder, him
Yeah,
on the side,
yeah.
and the other cop on him down. But the Bronsman cop, the second cop, he agreed to turn against the other cop.
Yeah.
In order to receive a $50,000 in exchange for cooperation. So
It's all about the money.
he done snitched
It's all
on
about
his
the dollar.
partner.
They don't care about this
And
man's life.
they don't
He's
care.
gone.
You
They don't care
exactly
about
right.
that. It's all about the dollar.
Right. So with all that being said, we just think that
It's wrong.
It is, because that was the first time that an officer is Fulton County. Fulton County.
Come on, Fulton.
Fulton County. To testify and get someone in his own department. So altogether, I just think the story is crazy, especially after all the other stuff that is going on. You guys, when I saw the video, it was cool at first because I felt like this man might have been able to walk away.
Yeah.
He could have let him. He could have let him walk
He could have
home.
called.
He wasn't driving.
He could have called.
He could have. He
somebody
could have
else.
called. If his sister,
It could have been handled a different way.
right. If his sister lived right down the street, why you couldn't just let him walk, or
Right.
let his sister come pick him up? But that ain't how it ended up. The young brother lost his life, and he didn't know it. He will not ever get to see his family again. His family will never get to see him again. His children. So our heart goes out to the family, and our prayers go out to the family of Rayshard Brooks, because that was truly, truly a sad story. And I want to say, didn't they catch that Wendy's on fire?
Yeah.
They burnt that
Yeah.
sucker down.
Burn
didn't
that
they?
sucker down.
I mean,
Burn it
Wendy's didn't
down.
have nothing to do with it, but they
But
are the ones that
still.
called, and I think they could have went a different way, because as a manager of a store, go wake them up and just say, bro, you
What
can't
did
be
you call your
over
Uber?
here.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
Exactly.
You did not have to go that far. You didn't have to call them people. Burn that sucker down.
Right. So sometimes, if you in a situation, I ain't saying be super smart and think about it, but think about it before you call the police on somebody nowadays, because we're not making it through to the end with these altercations with these police officers, and it's bad, and we want it to get better, but the only way it can get better is if we speak out
Speak out.
and keep it real.
Keep it real.
So
How about-
that's
Hey, black out. Black Lives Matter.
Okay, they do.
Okay.
All right.
Guys, we're moving on to a different topic.
Moving on.
We're going to lighten it up a little bit, because, that was kind of deep.
Yeah.
But, we got to keep the laughs and stuff coming on.
We
But
do.
We got a different topic,
What's the topic? Old school parenting versus new school parenting. And before all of y'all start,
Everybody start
running
chiming in, cause shout out to Facebook, because we watching y'all and all y'all comments and stuff.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah.
But yes, we got a topic.
We do. And it's a serious topic because okay, let's talk about these kids, y'all. Kids nowadays, and I know everybody got kids, so I'm not talking about yours in specific, but we all know as parents and as kids of parents, children of parents, how old school parenting and new school parenting is, and it's different.
Cause these kids get away with murder.
They get away.
I'll be under somewhere.
Man.
I'm not playing. They
But
do.
back in the day, this the thing. Even though sometimes we didn't listen to our parents when they told us certain
We still
things,
had
but
social skills.
we had social skills, we had morals.
We go outside and play with our friends. We don't sit on the electronic all day.
Oh no, you wasn't getting to play on that game. And then you on Saturday mornings,
You better get up and clean and listen
You
to that
gotta
music.
get up and
when you
clean.
heard the blues, the gospel music, whatever came on, you already knew what time
ain't
it was.
nobody
Ain't nobody
asleep
doing nothing.
until no 1 and 2 o'clock.
None of
Get
that.
up, you gotta clean up, and it wasn't just cleaning, it was scrubbing floorboards.
Scrub. Yeah.
Your
Better
mom
old
made
school
you scrub
parenting.
them floorboards and sweep the kitchen.
Well,
and
I
you
didn't
had
have
to-
to do all that. I was a little bougie. We had a maid.
So that's because we're not talking about her. We
I'm
not,
old school though. Like my mom
You
didn't
are, yeah,
play.
you
She
said
didn't
that.
play, but
You said
my
that.
mom worked 2 jobs.
you said that, but the thing is, I don't know what it is, but as generations go by, the younger that kids are having kids.
So now you're growing up with your child. So kids are raising kids.
Kids
and
are
so the
raising
morals
kids.
are a little bit different.
Ain't
Because
none.
They don't
Ain't
have
none.
the right.
Ain't-
They ain't none put in place. They don't got that old school. But you can definitely talk to a kid these days and you can tell, okay, I can tell somebody old raised you.
Right.
Versus talking to them like, oh, my mama only 30.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. And then I just think like with old school parenting, I don't even know if I want to call it old school parenting. The thing
just
is,
back in the day.
it's
like,
just older people were involved. Not only that,
right.
it takes a village to
raise
raise
a child.
kids. So if you are a single mother, or even if you're a mother and husband in the household with a child, don't be so quick to not let somebody discipline your child. Because I'm going to tell you one thing.
I'm not see your child either.
If your
Because
kids
that is
come...
so petty, and
if-
I find it petty. And there's a lot of people out here that want to see their kids like for Father's Day,
Yeah.
because you want to be petty.
You're right.
Like
And
for
we
real.
don't need that.
Like you don't have that. You got people out here men starving to see their kids, and you won't let them do it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Which really, if you ask me, it's ignorance because you ain't doing nothing but hurting a child.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, our friend today, Michi, shout out to her and
Hey,
her family
Michi.
or whatever, because her baby daddy texted her and told her to congratulate her, or thank her husband for being a kid to their daughter. Like, I mean, that's being grown all around the board.
It is.
But thank that man. He wished him a happy Father's Day. Thank you for being in Summer's life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
That's
I mean,
right.
like, shout out to Jason. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that
real
is a
man
major
to
shout
send a
out.
text message to do that and say, hey, thank me, tell Marcus happy Father's Day.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
Or
man
whatever.
that's
So,
raising
like, for
his
real.
child. But at the end of the day, I just think with parenting, because we were in a situation and everybody knows.
Everybody want to know the story.
We are not going to bash in this conversation, and I told my wife this. I do not want to bash in this conversation because everybody knows what we went through raising a child. I've also went through raising 3 daughters and ran into some issues with that as well. I don't agree with what some of these parents do, but that ain't on me. That's on you. What I have done to help raise a person's child is over, above, and beyond parenting. And I mean that. I'm looking at the camera and I mean that. Shantae and I were in a situation, and I don't care who hears this right now. I'm being serious and I'm keeping it real. It was very poor parenting what we experienced when it came to this child that we raised in our home. And I'm not even going to say his name because y'all all know it.
Everybody always asking what happened to the little boy. We don't see the little boy no more. What happened? Okay, here go the T. We're finna just go and give it to you because it is parenting.
It's being responsible. And Shantae and I stepped up to the plate for a friend
To help you.
to help this person. And in helping this person, things got a little deep, things got a little wicked. There were lies, there was betrayal, there was a whole lot of stuff that we didn't appreciate. But at the end of the day, we did what we had to do to make sure that this little man was taken care of. I don't care what anybody says. When it comes to parenting, you have to sacrifice. I don't know if that's your job, how many hours you work, your schedule, if you travel, whatever. You have to put a lot of things in your life on hold for these children. You got to get them in good schools. You cannot move around.
I had him in a private school. I rearranged my schedule at work. He was in all kind of extracurricular activities. And say that again, extracurricular activities.
We invested in his passion.
I mean, we did. That's what he was first. We came second. He came first. It got to the point that me and Erica had to go through marriage counseling.
And nobody knew that.
Nobody knew that. We had to go see a counselor because it was affecting our relationship the way we were raising him because he was the common denominator.
And that was our first year of marriage, y'all. So
it was kind of rocky.
It was.
I'm just saying.
It was, and I'm not ashamed to admit that it was rocky. But what we experienced in this whole situation was poor parenting. First of all, I don't even see how you could just drop your child off and be okay.
And be done. Like you was done. Like you were done.
You clocked out.
You clocked out. Like, oh, is he good? Yeah. Okay, bye. I'll hear from you a month later. You didn't show up for Christmas. You told him you was coming. You never showed. First of all, you're not going to do that to him.
And the bad part about it was y'all worked in the same building. Let me finish. Wait.
I got her the job she got, so I know you. I know what you do, and I know how flexible the job can be.
But without the dedication that we had to real parenting. You left work every day at 2:00 or whatever time he got out of school, and she was gone.
Let me explain so y'all can understand. We work in the same job on the same floor. She sits on the right, I sit on the left. So just the stuff that the type of stuff that I can do, she can do too. So again, if me and Erica are raising your son, and you're at the same job I am, participate. If you didn't see him, only thing you had to do was take that extra 2-hour lunch break that I took every day, go pick him up from school and drop him off to Erica.
But all she
that
could
2 hours could
but
make
all
a
she
whole
could say
difference
at the end
in that kid's life. That's it. But all she ever said was,
I wasn't able to. I'm not
I can't
able
do
to
it.
see
I'm
my
not able to
son.
do that. We got the same supervisor. We got the same folks supervisors every day. So if I can do it, you can do it. It's about that you had to want to do it. In order, you have to be able to make the sacrifice to leave, go sit in traffic every day to make sure you're there on time, pick him up, make sure his school, checking his bag, and drop him off to Erica at the shop. that's it.
It was
That 2
it.
hours could have made a big difference in his life.
But
Real talk.
we made a major sacrifice to make sure, and I'm not discrediting this person as a parent, but it was poor and we didn't appreciate being taken advantage of, if that's what you want to say.
I would say
I wouldn't say because we offered.
I feel
we
like we
offered
offered
to help.
You know, a week turned into a month turned into 6 months, 6 months turned into about 2 years. But you know, it's fine. We were down for it. I mean, at the end of the day, it was whatever made Caden happy. And at the point, he was a happy kid. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew him.
Everybody
could see
knew
it.
Like, it was visible. It was.
I mean, he was making
visible.
straight A's in school. I put him in his private school. The schools didn't want to see him go.
They cried
when he was feeling his last day. They cried. We cried. Everybody cried.
Right.
Or whatever. My thing is, nobody was thinking about the child in the.
And that's the
in the
point
end.
right there.
We didn't feel like it was right to take her to court, and you know, we had
We
all
could
rights
have.
because he'd been in our house.
For
We
2
had all
years.
kind of rights, and we knew this. But at the end of the day, that is her son, so we let her come get her son.
And there was no type of transitioning when she.
And there has
she
been no
just-
communication since. She picked him up on May the 31st of 2018. Was it 18? 19.
Right.
So
It's
we in
been
2020.
gone, right.
So it's been gone over a year.
Yeah, he's been gone over here. So
No, nothing.
with all that being said, because the story is it affected us greatly. I could only imagine that have been my real
kid,
child.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hurt us. We're still hurting. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
It
why we
hurts
don't want
me.
to. We don't kind of want to. We wanted to call him on his birthday, but we want to open up.
We
the
wanna
room
see
because
him.
we feel like if we called, and he gonna be like, okay, when y'all come to pick me up.
Right.
So we didn't want to. You know, that's kind of a touchy subject. I mean, you know, we still think about him daily.
We hurt from it, though.
We're still hurt from it, but we're dealing in our own way.
Right.
But we're good.
We're good because we have wonderful godchildren. Shout out to Jordan and Peyton and
Everybody else thinking they
Nico
got
and
you.
all them. Yeah, but we, you know, and I want to say
Cameron.
shout out to Cameron, Cam, Miko. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of his life, because there are a lot of kids that we are involved with. However, in this old school, new school parenting that we've been talking about, because we keeping it real, some of these younger parents, y'all gotta get it together. Cause these kids, they need you, they need us.
They need time.
They need time. You need to spend time with your children. Make sure that you're talking to your kids. Now, there's just one thing with old school parenting versus new school parenting that we grew up experiencing. We grew up experiencing an older person telling you the do's and don'ts of life, and
Right.
don't do this and don't do that and don't do this. I hated when my mama would do that, but guess what? It made me who I am today.
But
It
I mean, your mama did that, but mama told me, look, I'm gonna give you this rope, choke yourself if you want to.
but
So-
that's still
so-
a part
so
of old
that's
school.
that's an old school parenting. Hey, I'm gonna give you this rope. You got all this rope, but choke yourself if you want to. And she meant that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it
Like,
was up
so
to
it
you.
wasn't like my mama wasn't strict. I was cool. My friends could come over. Like I was good. But again, remember you got this rope and hang yourself if you want to, and you gonna know.
Right.
So
Right. I mean, but
I feel like hung myself.
it
when she
was
prayed.
it was different in all of our homes. But one thing I realized these days, like, kids don't know how to talk to nobody.
They
like,
don't.
They
No respect,
just
no
be-
either. Yeah, now. No, I couldn't say that. Now I didn't have to say yes, ma'am, and no,
Oh,
ma'am.
baby, we
but
did.
I did.
I
didn't
and
have
still
to say
say
that,
it.
but I
Yes,
had
ma'am.
to say yes,
Yes, ma'am.
and no. Like I didn't have
Yes,
to say
ma'am.
yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, I'm just saying though, like these kids, yeah, nah, what?
No, I don't.
I'm
all
just,
that ain't
yeah,
cool.
these kids is, yeah.
It's
what,
not-
What
and
you
then,
want? Like
hey,
call their
you.
name, hey you.
Who's you talking to? Hey, you.
Put a handle on it. What's your name?
What happened to Miss? And okay, so another old school thing is like, I know like when grown-ups came around, you wasn't supposed to call no grown-up by their name. So when we were
Yeah.
younger, it was okay, this your auntie. Call them auntie or TT or aunt somebody.
My mama just said put a handle on it, Mr. or Mrs.
Uh-huh.
You better put a handle on it.
Yeah.
You can call them by their name, but you better put their handle on
But
it.
they don't do that now. But that goes back to time, because I'm gonna say this. Growing up, a lot of stuff that my parents bought, I don't remember, and I didn't hold on to it. But the time that my parents spent with us, kids don't get that nowadays. They raising themselves.
Kids
Now I
don't.
understand the fact that single
They
parents
gotta work. And
gotta
stuff.
work
We
to
get
a
it,
few
but
jobs.
my thing is, buying them a video game or letting them know, hey, look, that's not spending quality time with your child. That's letting the game spend quality time with your child. Limit that game to a certain amount of time frame, and then you come in there. What about old school board games? Get on the floor and teach these people life. There are board games out there, Monopoly, the Game of Life, all this stuff, whatever that they can learn. Do Trouble, Taboo, Scrabble. Teach them how to spell.
Pull out their checkbook and help them learn how to manage money.
I'm just saying, like,
so when they get older, they not stuck. Y'all, I have, and if Cam, if you're watching, this shout out is to you, baby, because he is a 19-year-old who graduated high school last year. Very proud of him. This young man has money in the bank. He knows how to save. He goes to work every day. He takes care of his mother. He looks out for his family. And he doesn't do the normal things, but you can tell his mama instilled something in him. My dad always made sure that we knew how to manage money at least a little bit. Now, I didn't listen for a long time, but
I ain't learned to go
right. But we're learning, and it's a learning process.
It is.
You have to teach your children how to manage and teach them the value of a dadgum dollar. Because if you don't know the value of money, you're gonna waste it, and you're gonna be living your life when you're 30 and 40 years old, still trying to figure it out.
I'm still learning. Erica, baby, she be saving.
But she's admitting
she
that's
pulled out
true.
that she did. I didn't know how to save no money. Look, I feel like when you get it, you spend it. That's how I roll.
No.
But now
Figure
being
it
with
out.
her, I have calmed down a lot. I still shop every day, but I've calmed down
I
a
be
lot.
asking her
But
not to.
again, my bank account don't hit zero. I don't get no
That's
negatives.
good.
I don't get none of that no more because Erica has taught me how to spend. Erica has taught me how to save.
But that's a part of old school parenting. My daddy taught me
Baby,
that.
because she pulled out that good old Ozarka can out the front. I was like, what did I say?
No, number 20. And when you pull it out,
she
it's
put
thousands
number
of
20s in
dollars.
that sucker. That's it. She said every day I pay myself, I put $20 in there.
And then know
it
what
was
you
multiple.
do? You teach your kids how to, when you put it up, play like you don't got
Got
it.
it. Yeah.
So you play like you don't have it. And y'all, I'm only saying this because I hear a lot of kids coming into my shop, sitting in my chair saying, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay for college because my mama can't afford it. But if we teach our kids these things at an early age, or if we put back money for our children, this is old school.
Right.
Put back money for your children when they go to school. Special shout out to Sabrina because that is my sister who saved for her daughter ever since the day she was born. And so now her first year in college, she was able to pay for 4 years of college. That's some old school stuff, y'all. New school
Aaron
people.
too. Aaron paid for his first year.
We
of school.
had the guy that walked Shantae down the aisle. He is 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want no student loans.
He paid for all of it.
He's going to UTA right now, got a year left in school, but his parents, somebody taught him that. Somebody taught him, do not get yourself in debt.
Right.
That is a part of parenting. We have to teach our kids the value of money. We have to teach them the value of life because we don't waste our life.
And they
on
don't teach that in
BS.
school. They
don't teach it in school. They don't teach
They
kids
have
life
a checkbook
skills.
balance in class. These are classes that needs to be put in school.
Right.
These people, they need to learn about credit scores. Because who didn't know nothing about that? This one.
Right.
Baby, because
But wait a minute.
Wait.
Old school. Well, mamas and daddies was putting credit cards and
And
bills.
I had all kind of. My mama said, "Look, I had to raise you. So look, I had phone bills, light bills,
Right.
any kind of bill, insurance bill,
Right.
in my name." I was like, I wasn't even 18. She said, so that's more than jump off. But I mean, she had to do what she had to do to raise me, and I mean, I don't take that from her.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you have to teach these kids.
Yeah, you gotta teach.
You got to
something.
learn about a credit score. If your credit score is nothing, you will get nothing out of life.
Right, that's real.
All three companies. all of them.
That's real. But I just think these kids are walking around so lost. I've experienced meeting kids where I ain't trying to be funny, but they come in, they musty. They 12, 13 years old.
Don't know how to bathe.
You gotta teach your
teach them.
kids
Get in there. Teach them how to
hygiene.
watch. Teach them how to watch that Kookamarasha.
That little tunchi. You need to wash the tunchi and the little nutsack. You need to wash them.
You know.
Right.
That's what I'm
That is.
I'm just saying, but like even our friend Victoria, shout out to her. Like
Hey, boo.
baby Peyton and London, baby. Let me tell you
point.
something. Black mama be like her. She don't play.
She
You
don't.
gonna get in here. You gonna wash these dishes. You gonna take out this trash.
Mop the
You gonna mop the
floor.
floor. You gonna brush your teeth in the night and in the morning.
You're right.
You gonna wash your face. I mean, and she be on them. But my thing is, she's instilling stuff in them. So when Peyton comes and spend the night with us, I be like, girl, you better go in there because
She already know the business.
But she parent. My thing is, she parents even when her kid ain't with her. She call and check. Hey, look,
Right.
you took your bath. What you doing? Why you ain't did this?
Wait,
Stuff like
let's
that.
talk about that.
What?
quit dropping your kids off at people's house and for 2 and 3 days and you don't check on them.
Don't
Y'all,
check
it's
on
crazy
them.
stuff going on in people's homes. First of all, if you with parenting, if you're gonna let your kid nowadays, I know it's a lot of parents ain't letting their kids go nowhere. But if you're gonna let your kids go spend the night with friends,
Check
and
their
all that,
bag, make sure they got all their essentials. Like you just drop your kid off.
right?
Like,
You just drop them off and don't check on them.
like nothing. You don't, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta check
This
on
one
your
getting taught us a whole lot.
kids. You got it has, but you know what? The thing is, y'all don't ever hesitate to come. I mean, we're parents, regardless of how y'all want to look at it.
It takes a village, so you
It
can't
takes
have
a
no kids.
village.
You need to parent the kids. So if the parent didn't teach them, you teach them. I mean, it just take a little, like, 2 minutes, look, and pull you to the side. You don't do this. Go back in there and try it again. You know what I'm saying? It just takes a little bit of effort.
That's
to go
right.
a long way.
Yeah, that's right. And I want to say also, y'all get more involved in your children's school life because it's tough.
It is.
Kids are being bullied nowadays. That's a whole nother subject, something I don't like because kids don't be your kid's friend to where y'all just you slipping and they taking over and they taking advantage, but be your kid's friend enough to where they'll trust you to
comfortable to talk
tell
to
you
you about
something.
different
If
stuff.
there's something wrong, if they're having issues at school with somebody that's messing with them or something, your kids have to be able to trust you because if they don't trust you, they're gonna run to somebody else.
And then
They're gonna run to somebody
You're gonna
else.
be mad in your feelings. Why you tell them didn't tell me?
And then tell me, or you're going to be mad and upset and hurt when something really bad happens. Listen to your children. Back then, we didn't have a voice. We really didn't. It was do as I say and not as I do. Sit down, shut up,
don't
and
say
get
nothing.
out of grown folks' mouth.
Right.
Real talk.
But
Today,
they got voices.
keep your kids out your mouth because these kids is walking around here
Telling
saying
all
y'all
y'all business. Mama had this person over. Mama went out with this person. We was at home. We
Right.
come back.
Did you
I'm
know my
like,
mom and dad got into it?
They
last
got
night and
into
so-
it. He
Yeah.
been gone. He just coming over here for a show.
Right.
We put on a good show for Father's Day. I mean, they just staying.
Yeah. So
They telling all
y'all
your
be
business.
careful of what you're telling your kids. And y'all, we're only saying this because the kids are our future. But y'all, these are people these are the individuals that's gonna be taking care of this world when we get old and leave. And we do not want to leave. It's already destruction. And we don't want it to be more destructive. I do see a lot of more kids stepping up and helping siblings. That's another thing. Make sure that you instill in your children how important it is to maintain a decent relationship with their siblings.
Yeah.
Your siblings are the only ones gonna have your back at the end of the day. Cause I know mine did. I don't care what we've been through. Carl and Kevin and Sabrina, y'all have always had my back when something came, even if I felt like we weren't that close. But at the end of the day, my mama always made sure we got along. She made sure we looked out for each other, and that's what you have to do. You gotta say, y'all kids. Tell your kids quit fighting each other. Now we know sibling rivalry
They
is
gonna
hard.
fight or
They
whatever,
gonna
that's
fight, but
fine,
you need
but
to teach them the importance
Teach them how to
of
meet
love.
him. My thing is, and also, it ain't these kids that had these babies. It's not their responsibility to take care of them. So don't put all the responsibility on your oldest child to take care of their baby sister.
Yeah, that's true because I see a lot. Of
I mean, why you can't go outside because I gotta watch my baby sister?
Right.
But you're still a kid yourself, so you're missing out on your childhood because your parent chose to have another child and
Right.
you don't want to deal with it. That's not
right.
fair.
It's not.
There's a lot of kids that's not stopping their childhood to take care of their siblings.
Yeah,
Real
to
talk.
take care of their siblings, and
And
I don't think
it's not
fair.
on them. It's not their fault.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with.
I mean, it's
them helping.
But my thing is, a 16-year-old shouldn't be like, well, I can't go hang out with my friends and do this or whatever because I gotta make sure my kid, my siblings and sister and brother eat or whatever like this because my mama says she getting ready to go to the club.
Right, you depriving your child of childhood.
That's not
And we're not saying this in the wrong way because we're not saying don't let the oldest child help and don't ask your children to help out.
Help out,
But allow
fine.
them to
Help,
have a
different.
Yeah, allow them
But
to have a child.
responsibility, totally different.
Yeah, you're right. You can't leave it up to them. I just know that, baby, back in the day, it was different than it is now. So it's important to us adults to step up when you see a kid getting out of line. Don't hesitate because if any children come in my shop,
They take a
and
village.
I don't care
Erica don't.
if
She would check
mama
them.
or daddy is sitting in there. If you are being disrespectful in my chair and you are under the age of if you over the age of 18 and you being disrespectful, I still might say something because it's not cool and you need to learn. And if somebody doesn't check them, they're gonna get checked in the street and it might end up different. You know what I'm saying? But altogether, we could talk about a whole
lot of
bunch of
parent
stuff. a whole bunch of parent stuff. But anyway, because I have
No,
we
you
gonna
don't have nothing.
still keep it real, y'all. Now listen up
We're
close.
keeping it real. Don't do. See, let me tell you. See, when you
Get
start,
ready.
No, because when you start, you have to make sure you think and all this whatever. Just
You supposed to tell them. Okay,
my
can I say
thing-
this first? Let me say this first.
Here we go.
Y'all get your phones out. Or if you're sitting in front of your computer and go look this up real quick. Wait for
See,
it.
I told you. I always gotta give a disclaimer. Just make sure you think about what it is first before you answer.
Okay, but what? So, wait, no.
See how she cut me off? You see? This is
Hold
common.
on. Ooh, that water good. Ooh, that water is good.
Shout out to that water.
That wawa.
Come
Yeah, okay. So y'all.
Nope.
Now y'all get ready to call in. Cause I want
We
y'all
need
to call in on
call
this
in
debate.
answers on this, okay?
Okay. Y'all get your phones ready.
I'm dead.
I want y'all to answer this question by calling.
The number.
We
What
can't
number?
put this number up on the screen.
Y'all was asking stuff.
Okay, y'all
Kenny gonna kick us out of here.
No,
'cause we
Kenny
always
not
coming
gonna
in-
kick me
we
out of
always
here.
coming in demanding stuff. You
Yeah,
can't put the menu up.
Yeah,
You can't
listen.
put this on the screen.
Baby, that baby is a good text. He gonna put that number on the
Hey,
screen.
Kenny,
Why? Wait for it.
Kenny
Wait for
already
it.
mad at me because he ain't gonna be on the show. I told him that.
Well, take them headphones off. Come here, Kenny. Let everybody see your face. Let everybody see your face. Okay, so y'all look. I don't know if he's getting the number put up, y'all.
So let me set it up for y'all. So I'm in school, right? And so my professor, I'm in an English class, and he asked a question.
Let me ask the question.
No,
Damn.
he asked a question. And so it sparked a huge debate. We've been debating about this all week. If you're on my Facebook, I'm pretty sure you saw me post.
Y'all
the
already know
question.
we finna ask.
So come on, Erica.
Baby,
Go on and ask them.
to our wonderful audience. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
A hot dog.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Considered a sandwich. Do you think it's considered?
Is a hot dog considered a sandwich? The number you need to call in is 203-802-5694. It's going to be on the screen in just a second because I want to tell y'all something. A sandwich is a hot dog is a sandwich.
It's
Why
not.
are you looking at me like
Because
that?
it's not.
A hot
I got a different.
No, wait. Before you, cause I want your feedback. A hot dog is a sandwich because it is a piece of meat.
Oh, here she go.
It's a
We're doing this all week.
not that kind of meat. Night dreams.
Night dreams. Make sure you catch that Friday night 2 o'clock.
Not that kind of meat. But it is an item, a piece of meat in between two slices of bread, ma'am. It is a split
Excuse me,
roll.
ma'am. When it come out the oven, is it 1 or 2?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
When you receive it, in
does.
that little package at
No.
the Kroger store,
When it comes out and it is made, is it 1 or 2? Answer the question.
it's one.
Okay, so
It's
1.
one.
So you said the definition of a sandwich is in between 2 pieces of bread.
I need somebody to save me, please.
So-
Come on, save me since ain't nobody calling me
I know.
at 203-802-5694.
She needs some help. I'm switching.
They
It's a
said
sandwich.
it's not.
It's a sandwich.
Thank you. Now explain why. Speak loudly so everyone can hear you clearly.
From the standpoint of this right here,
Yes.
you're taking some bread and you're putting, just like any other sandwich, you're putting something foreign
In between. In
those two
between.
pieces.
Nope.
In between.
And I mean, it's technically with something in
It's not.
between it.
That's a sandwich.
It's not.
It's a sandwich. Do you agree? Do you agree? You agree?
I'm telling you because
You're calling. We have a caller. Hello, caller. Who am I speaking with?
This is Nene.
Shout out to my cousin Nene.
Shout out to the
Yes.
Hi, Nene. How you doing? How can I help you? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It's a sandwich. You talking to, okay, so Shantae, you said that when the bread come out, is it 1 piece or 2? What,
Right.
Have you ever seen a loaf of bread?
I'm
What
just-
they do? They cut it up, don't they?
Okay.
You are exactly right,
It is
Nene.
not a sandwich.
You are exactly right.
Oh, hang up on her.
No, we're not gonna hang up on Nene because Nene, you believe that a hot dog is a sandwich, right?
Yes, I do.
Because it's a piece of meat in between two pieces of bread, even though it's not cut all the way through, right?
That's correct.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, we don't need,
Nene.
excuse me, thank you for calling. We'll hang up on you.
Thank you so much, Nene, for
Thanks for
calling.
calling.
Thanks for calling, sweetie.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Again, it's not a sandwich.
It is.
I don't care.
Okay, so
I don't care what she say.
can you look
I'm
it
gonna
up?
put her room when
Can
I
you
get
look
home.
up the meaning, please?
Yes.
Can somebody look up the meaning, please? Because a hot dog is a sandwich, and we're gonna. Okay, so Michi said that
Michi said technically it's a taco.
it's not a taco. A hot dog.
My friend Michi, she's a geek squad.
Hello.
Technically, she said.
But that's not a shell.
She said technically it's a taco.
But it's not
I
shell.
don't care. It ain't no sandwich either.
But it's not a shell.
My friend David said, shout out. He said, you know what?
It's a hot witch.
It's a hot witch.
Okay, I can deal with that.
I can deal with the
But
hot
your
witch,
daddy
but
told me hot dog.
My daddy
hot dog is a
said,
hot
no, a
dog.
hot dog is a hot dog, and a sandwich is a sandwich. It is not a sandwich.
A hot dog
And
is
he
just
is
what
a
they
chef.
call that piece of meat. Just like you call a ribeye a steak.
You just sold on yourself.
What?
I was saying.
What? A hot dog is just what you call it.
It's a piece of meat, right?
It's a piece of meat
Mhm.
called a hot dog.
Mhm.
So a hot dog
So
is
that's
just
your-
a piece of meat.
It's just a piece of meat. So,
It's a hot dog.
but if you put
A
a piece,
hot
if you put a
dog,
hot
not a
dog
sandwich.
inside of a bun, it makes it a hot dog sandwich.
A hot dog.
Oh,
is
please
not a
don't
sandwich.
embarrass me with this definition.
Come on.
I'm finna be embarrassed. I'm finna cry. I'm finna be embarrassed.
It states when it is served in the roll, it's also a sandwich. we
know.
know the idea that a hot dog is a sandwich.
And
Come on.
hearsay to some of you, but given that the definition of a sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread or a
come on,
split
let me say.
roll. Did you hear that?
I don't care.
You gotta say it like split.
We gonna be split up over this hot dog. I'm just saying.
We gonna
Did you hear
be
me?
split.
Split with us split roll.
It ain't no different than us splitting up behind Haven.
Oh, girl.
We was almost split up, broke up, divorced.
That's a whole nother
out
show.
there.
A whole nother show. Whole nother show.
It is. We would. Oh, y'all don't know who
Haven is. Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
the reborn
Oh,
baby
yeah,
that we
yeah.
have. Yes.
You ain't never seen it.
You haven't never
seen
seen
it on
it.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh,
How y'all gonna spend on one more baby?
because she costed $500, $550, and I was mad because this
But
baby
guess
don't
who came
drink
home
milk
with the
or
bounce
eat.
and the baby bed and all the stuff to go with the baby?
Yeah, that's because we're riding down the street, and if a cop sees her in the front
That's
seat
about a
with a
car
baby
seat.
that looks real,
Anyway,
got off the
that's all.
subject.
Well, we had to clue her in. She wanted to know who had
we have gotten off subject, but
We'll bring her.
we'll bring her down
Make sure
here.
y'all tune in. That's gonna be.
We're
I'm gonna have to call all my friends.
This,
all got them.
this gonna be called the Weirdo Show because
Erica,
but it's part of the Midday Platinum experience.
excuse me, the weirdo. So when you get home, don't touch her.
But when we
don't,
on the-
don't do nothing. to
but
her.
when we
Don't-
on the
don't
show,
try to
I'm
get her
gonna
dressed.
hug
Don't no. Don't do nothing to her.
I'm gonna
Leave her
hug
where she is.
Come on, lady.
No.
So we gonna.
Nene, you caught this right. I want to make sure. Shout out to
We
my
gonna
cousin
have
just called in. You make sure you get all this when I get home.
We gonna have
Don't
a
let
baby
her
like
touch her. Nothing.
We gonna have the baby like this?
No.
We gonna be split up?
No.
Okay, good.
It's a hot dog
She
sandwich.
like that money.
Mm.
She like that money.
Mm.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody phone say. Why you trying to bring this phone over here?
Well, we didn't get no calls. I'm a little bit.
Nene did call.
Well,
Victoria, where you at? You better call in. It's hot dog
No,
sandwich.
well-
She said all sandwiches are not flat.
see, so it's my everything.
Somebody
just
said I want
shut
to
off.
disagree, so charge it.
Everything shut up. Charger in the car. So
said you should
we're gonna
charge.
wing it for these last little few minutes. Can I ask you a question?
Here you go with these doggone questions. Asking all these questions.
Asking all these questions. Hey, what's wrong with a couple of questions?
Come on, what you got? A hot dog ain't no sandwich. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you try to convince me. Now, if we go to the Louis Vuitton store to be a sandwich, it'll be whatever you need it to be.
What? I just want to
Anything
know.
after
Wait. I just want to know.
Because my
what-
birthday coming up. Just want you to know.
Your birthday coming up, but you didn't spoil it already.
Why?
You
How
have-
did I spoil my own birthday?
Let's see, because the other day, babe, I want a new cell phone.
Well, I did, baby. Shout out to the iPhone.
It wasn't even broke. Wasn't nothing
It
wrong
wasn't
with the
nothing wrong with
phone.
my
She had a
XR.
10XR. It wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was ringing. Her text messages come through. Y'all be sending pictures and doing all this extra stuff with her on the phone. Wasn't nothing wrong with the phone. So I found myself walking into
Excuse
T-Mobile
me.
the other day.
Shout out to T-Mobile.
I want a phone.
So who?
she
How many
lied.
phones did we walk out with? Did we walk out with one or did we walk out with two?
Excuse me. You conned me into buying a phone. So let me tell y'all how she set me up, okay? This was a setup. She was like, babe, I want a new phone. I said, okay, you know what? I don't need a new phone right now. This your birthday. I'm going to go get you a new phone. We pull up to T-Mobile. She was like, no, but I want you to get a phone too. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with my phone. I'm good. We get into T-Mobile. She was like, it's okay. I'll pay for it. It's okay. I got you, babe. Because I did not want the phone. It was her birthday.
When I first got the iPhone Android user, we got the iPhones together. Shout out to the 6S that kept us. So then when I switched us to the
Whose phone
XR,
is this, by the way?
Kenny's.
Oh.
When I switched us to the XR,
Uh-huh.
did you get a phone?
But I didn't have to have it.
I don't care.
I didn't have to have it.
Again, did you get a phone?
So we walk into T-Mobile and he sets everything up and he was like, what
Shout out
color
to
do you-
Cameron at T-Mobile. He was lit.
T-Mobile on Route Snow. Y'all go see him. He's good too. He's a good little dude. But anyway, he pulled out the phones. He's like, we got black, silver, woo-doo. So we picked the lavender phone. I'm like, okay, babe, got me. She said she was going to buy me a phone. Yet and still, when the little dude did his little, he did all his little typing, he was like, okay, your total's going to be yada yada. She was like, babe, use your card. What? Use my card.
Erica, you came out with the lighter end of the
But I'm thinking in my head, this
So to be honest,
heifer, this heifer done called me in, but I didn't want no phone. I didn't want no phone.
but you,
I didn't want
okay,
no
so
phone.
you bought mine, but again, you did one transaction. How many did I do?
It doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
It does not
I
matter.
spent more money than you did.
You drug me in. You conned me in to going to T-Mobile for an iPhone 11 that I didn't even want the 10 because I don't know how to operate it.
You know, I break this a little either.
You can buy me a little flip phone
No.
from
Nah,
Boost.
I'm Platinum
from
Barber Studio
Boost, from
called.
Boost Mobile.
We got a whole metro phone from Platinum Barber Studio. No.
We do, but who answers it? Is it at the shop? Ask where the shop phone.
Shout out,
It's at the house.
shout out to my work. It's my work phone right now.
See, so she all together, just a quick setup. Then you ruined your birthday.
What I do then? What I do
She's
then?
scrolling on Coach. Scrolling. Oh, babe. Oh, by the way, it's Pride Month, y'all.
Yeah.
It's Pride Month, and she sees little Pride Coach, little Pride wallets and shoes and sandals and flip flops and all little extra shit. And she was like, babe, I want this Pride bag. Little on me, I pulled a card. I said, baby, okay, go ahead. This will be your early birthday present.
Well,
I had about $1,500 put up for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Today, her birthday's July 2nd. I don't got no more money. Cause she done already bought her birthday gift.
girl, don't let Erica.
I don't
believe
have
her.
no more money, y'all.
Don't
I
believe her. Anybody that know Erica, don't believe her. Then she just talk about saving.
But I got some money. I
Okay,
ain't worried
so
about
don't
it.
again.
I'm good.
I don't care. Don't do that.
So what we gonna do on July 2nd? We gonna be
Don't
sitting
do
up
that.
wishing.
No.
No.
Let me tell you,
Eat hot dog
let me
sandwiches.
tell you, because on my birthday, I get paid on my birthday.
That's
Ching, ching.
okay. So you gonna buy me something on
No.
your birthday?
Let me tell you, since you want to hear put me under the bus, what did I order you before we start buying? Who got a new pair of Vans? I order Vans. I can't order for myself. I
I
order for
can't
both
wear
of
them
them.
to work.
The
I need
Reeboks
work
we got on
shoes.
today, who ordered them?
I need work shoes.
Again. So every time I get a new pair of
ain't that
shoes,
work?
she get a new pair of shoes. Who done got about 5 or 6 pair of shoes in the last month? I'm talking about $195 per shoe.
Which card did you use for that?
I don't care. I don't care.
I'm finna prove it for you
I
real
don't
quick.
care.
What color was the bank card that you used?
It was black. Whose name was on the card?
It don't matter.
No, it do
Whose
matter.
money was in there?
So who first we're gonna establish whose name was on the card? Is it your name or my
Hey,
name?
listen. If y'all got a wife or husband at the house
I'm
that
just saying.
is as difficult as she is,
I'm just saying.
let us pray. Father God. No, I'm just saying.
Who got a new pair of Adidas still on the way?
Baby,
we
thank
about
you.
Pride Adidas. We just got some Vans today.
Simmer.
I'm just saying, cause don't do me.
Bring it down.
Who got a pair of clippers with no cord they can't use?
Ooh, let me tell y'all about my purchase online. Hold on. We gonna be on through
Tell
with
me
the show. What brand is that?
European.
Okay, to all the barbers out there that may be listening to me, y'all look. I am understanding. I'm getting the point now that I want things to be quick and easy and less difficult. Clipper tools are heavy. Your hands, we develop numbness and carpal tunnel and all that from clippers. So I be looking for stuff that's lightweight. My wife went online.
Get corrected.
And, right. My wife went online and ordered me some Kimmies.
That's what you
I think
said.
it's Kimmy. I guess they from Europe. Unfortunately, I received my new Kimmy clippers that are wireless, and they light.
She excited.
But,
She knew she was finna use them clippers.
I got my clippers and they were fully charged on 100. And I look at the cord, and the cord is a European cord. It doesn't plug. A European plug. If you've never seen, it's got the two little things.
It ain't got the one you put in the plug socket.
But I didn't know this because when I purchased American-made clippers like Andes or Walls or Osters, they come with everything. Okay, but they come. Everybody know they come with the stuff that you know. Okay, there you go. So you know our stuff that we can go to Armstrong, McCall, and you don't gotta question stuff like that. You can go to Sally's or Jenny's and buy things.
Well, I mean, shout out to Amazon. They sent you the clippers.
3 weeks later
But
with a
she
European
came
cord
home,
that I can't use.
But why did you order these clippers though?
Because my neighbor across the hall from me.
Trying to be like your neighbor. That's what she
But the clippers work well. And shout out to Hector, because I don't think he watches the show, but Hector really helps me when it comes to my clippers, so I don't have to take them to Fort Worth shavers and be waiting for them to fix my stuff. However, thank you for purchasing those clippers for me, but
Now I gotta go purchase the adapter so she can charge them.
right.
But she don't
so
have it.
Amazon tonight, you said $2. I need my adapter, because baby, then I'm telling you right now.
Remember,
they
because we ain't got
probably-
no money. You just said we broke.
I didn't say that.
You said all the money gone for your birthday, so we broke.
We not broke. You
Oh.
broke.
I'm not broke. Ever. Don't never.
No.
I ain't never broke.
I'm not
I
broke.
get a deposit every day.
Why you gotta tell all my damn business?
Well,
I always tell them my business. Anyway, okay, so how many minutes we got?
can you look?
I
Your
can't.
mama taught you how to do time, right?
I can't.
Shout out to Eddie.
Hey mama, how you doing? Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I love y'all. But anyway, look, we tried to keep it as real as possible today. Y'all please do not take any offense to anything we said when it comes to this old school, new school parenting, because it's all based off, if you ask me, how you were raised. How you were raised is how you end up being when you get older, and how you end up raising your children.
That's true, because you know my mama and my daddy had multiple jobs. Well, my mama did. Shout out
I
to
mean,
her.
and you a
When
hustler.
she met me, I had 3 jobs.
Yeah, you
Money-
had 4
money was
jobs.
fine.
Really, you had 4 jobs, but
And she
really,
made me quit them all except one.
well, I mean, because you ain't gonna let me overwork.
I sure like that. And shout out to the people that's trying to get on her books and they be calling her and sending her text messages because they can't get in. You already know.
Y'all
the
don't be
protocol.
mad at me.
She booked all the way up to probably the middle of July.
That's real.
So you might want to go in there and make your appointment and make your standing appointment because we growing over here.
Yeah, we are, and I'm thankful for that.
And
I'm
she
very, very
hit
thankful.
that whole I'm overwhelmed and ready to give up. No, we're not doing
This
that.
was yesterday too, y'all.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So
I
what we
seen
had to
her.
do, I had to chill her out. When we got out the hotel room, nothing you can do, go to sleep. I need you to sleep this off.
Yeah. I did.
Relax, rest. We got a 4 o'clock
I was
checkout.
ready to give up.
She was ready to give up. She always ready to give up. I can't.
No, y'all don't understand. It's overwhelming, and I never want to
She
turn
wants-
anybody away.
She wants to accommodate everybody. So if you're calling and you're trying to get in, she's trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to figure it out. However,
You're only one person.
I'm only one person, but you guys, I appreciate.
And she has a
support.
social life. See, back in the day, she didn't have no social life. She can do that. She got one because I'm the social life. We got stuff to do. We ain't gonna be here.
She get on one.
So shout out to we could go on vacation for a whole week.
We are, y'all. Platinum Barber Studio will be
Shut
closed
down.
from July 1st to the 7th. I'll return on the 7th. So I'm going to take a little time off and get away and take my wife out of town, and we're going to have some fun and we'll come
With
back.
my
and we'll
COVID
get back
mask
to
on
it.
and my PPE gear.
However, FYI, you guys, when you get ready to book, please do not take offense when you pull up and it's all gray. That is real. I'm there. The schedule is full. You have to book at least 3 months to a month out. So when y'all come in,
Thank
please,
God.
before you leave, book your next appointment, you guys. I don't mean anything by it. I do like to accommodate everybody. If I can't, I apologize early. Please charge it to the card and not my heart, because I
Charge it
love
to the card. That's a good one, girl. Charge it.
charge it to the card and not my heart, because she charges to the card and y'all don't charge it to the card. Charge it to my heart. I mean, don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to the card. Anyway, however, we want y'all to tune in next week. We thank you guys so much for tuning in this week on Let's Keep Real, the McDade's experience, while you over here mocking me. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all, next week we got a good show coming. We'll be talking about Pride Month, and we'll be talking about the LGBTQIA and the ABCDEFG, HIJK, LMNOP, because they added so many letters to that. Anyway,
And also, make sure you follow us on our social medias. On YouTube, it's going to be The McDade Experience. On Facebook, it's going to be Erica, ERIKA, and Shantae McDade. And on Instagram, it's The McDade Experience as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're out.
we out. Peace.
Caught and have no gas. Other situations, things unexpected. I even lost my temper over misreading a message. See, first it was this, and that was soon to follow. Waiting on the weekend like my turn at the Apollo. Rub the wood, it's our Good Friday turn tonight. Gather up my girls and we gon' start the party right. Loving how I'm living like the sky is the limit. Whatever it is to get into, you know we gon' be in it. Ladies, if you feel me, put your glass to the ceiling. Fellas, look around, you ain't nothing but winning.